I was born and raised on the streets by my mother, who was mentally ill, and for 10 years we struggled day and night, roaming from place to place with nothing stable to call home, watching people pass us by with criticizing looks, pity-filled eyes, and sometimes outright insults as some stopped to call us mad people. Yet through it all, I never left my mother's side because she was all I had. One day, as we sat by the roadside like we always did, a nice-looking woman in her early 20s approached us and spoke gently, though I could tell she was trying to figure out if I was also mad. And she complimented me, called me beautiful, and said she wished she could take me home, which confused me because I didn't understand why someone like her would want someone like me. And when I glanced at her car, I noticed a young man who looked like her husband, and they seemed like a young couple with no children. She insisted on taking me home, but I refused because I couldn't imagine leaving my mother behind. So she looked at my mother, then at me, and eventually drove away, only to return the next day with foodstuff and clothes. Something no one had ever done for us, and it made me genuinely happy. She asked again if I would come with her, and I told her I would only agree if my mother could come too, and after insisting, she finally agreed but said my mother would need to be taken to a psychiatric hospital, and trusting her kindness, I agreed. We went there, my mother was admitted, and she promised both of us that my mother would be well taken care of and that later we would be together again. And I believed her because she treated me with so much warmth. She took me into her home, fed me good food, washed and braided my hair so beautifully that I barely recognized myself, taught me basic school knowledge, treated me like her own daughter, and told her husband to always treat me kindly and never raise a finger at me. And after months of tutoring, she enrolled me in school, though I had to start from grade 1 because I had never been to school before. And every weekend she took me out for ice cream, while we had family nights with movies, laughter, and moments that felt unreal. She continued tutoring me and caring for me, and I slowly realized she might love me so much because she had no child of her own, as she had been married for 5 years without children, and often cried quietly at night. And when I finally asked her why, she revealed a painful truth that broke me. After 3 years of marriage, she became pregnant with triplets. But close to delivery, she had to choose between saving her life and saving the babies. And though her husband insisted on saving her, she lost all 3 children. And days later, the doctors told her her womb was damaged and she could never have children again, a loss that haunted her until she found me. 3 years later, I finished high school at 17, and one day I asked her if I could see my mother. But she grew quiet and then told me something shocking, saying I was not allowed to see her and that, after all, she had done for me. I wanted to return to my former life, insisting that as long as she had custody over me, I must obey her, which sent me running to my room in tears. A few days later, determined to find my mother myself, I went to the hospital where she had been admitted and asked at the reception desk, only to be told that my mother had never been admitted there. And in that moment, I realized Mrs. Victory had lied to me and abandoned my mother, and I broke down completely. I returned home, packed my things, and when Mrs. Victory saw me, she tried to stop me, but I pulled away, told her I hated her, and called her wicked, after which she locked me in my room and said she would explain, but only after I calmed down. Hours later, I fell asleep, and when I woke to a gentle tap on my arm, it was her bringing me food and apologizing. And when I demanded to know why she did that to my mother, she told me the truth, explaining that my mother was very sick with an infection and needed serious care, and then revealed something that shocked me even more. She had flown my mother out of the country to receive proper treatments from good doctors. I was stunned and asked why she would do all that for me, and she said it was simply out of love, that my mother was now well and would be arriving soon, and that she had only been afraid of losing me and needed me to promise not to leave. And though my heart was still heavy with questions, I agreed, hoping my mother was truly fine, trusting that God would continue to bless those who help others. As I hugged Mrs. Victor and held on to the fragile peace we shared,